Hello and welcome to This Is Ibrox podcast. This is your post-match reaction for Rangers 2, Motherwell 1 at Hampden this afternoon.
This is Hampden.
I was about to say Ibrox there, I felt a bit weird. But yes, we are at Hampden. It was 2-1 for Rangers. I'm joined by Tommy. Tommy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, it's odd being at Hampden when it's a league game, but yeah, quite a lot to get into anyway.
It doesn't feel as bad when you get the Rangers branding everywhere, eh?
Yes,
that makes a big difference.
You know, where we're standing right now, and people have seen it anyway. You've got Rangers crest, you've got the flags, etc. You've got all the branding. It felt odd coming towards the front of it at the stadium though, with all that branding. Yeah, but we'll have to get used to it, won't we? We'll just jump into and talk about the game. I just wanted to get your reaction. We obviously seen Vaclav, Cherney and Robin Proper start their first game today. We had Butland in goal, James Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Ridvan, Barron, Diamondi and Lawrence in midfield, and then we had Scott Wright on the left, Cherney on the right and Dessers up front. How happy were you to see the two players start? I think it brings a positivity to the support when you're seeing new players come in and integrate. What did you make of them starting, and also what was your kind of thoughts on the start of the game for Rangers today? Well, absolutely. You know, you bring players in, you want to see them start. That's Cherney and Proper are somebody can pull me out in the pronunciation of Robin Proper.
Prepare. Yeah.
Are not squad players. They're starters. Yeah. And so particularly Proper, we wanted to get in, see if he could handle that physicality, see what he's like at the back, filling in a position that's been a bit troublesome for us as well, and Cherney, and we'll speak about Cherney obviously later on, but yeah, great to see them starting. I thought in terms of what we were looking for, they broadly delivered. We can talk about the individuals of that, but yeah, I don't think there was many other surprises in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I think exactly what you just said there. It's great to see new players starting because Philippe Clement he does take time to bring players in. He protects them, and look, if that's going to give us the kind of longevity of the season for these players, then we have to be patient. But it is sometimes you just want to see a new player on the pitch and making an impact, like we see with Vaclav Cerny today. So
yes, not like Proper.
Yes, we'll come to that one. I was trying to stay away from that one, but we definitely seen an impact from Cherney in terms of Rangers going forward. Let's just summarise the maybe start of the game. We've seen a really good chance for Motherwell actually really early. Lennon Miller should probably score. It's probably worth saying as well. He showed his quality today. I think there is rumoured interest in Lennon Miller from Rangers, and I think we can see why. He looks really, for his age, a lot of composure, very good technical ability. He is one that Motherwell have done really well to bring through, I'll say that. Yep. But I thought overall Rangers started pretty well, positive. I think they used the support, the atmosphere in here. I thought it was really good again today because we've seen times in the past where Hampden's it takes a bit to get everyone going, but I think they started well. Let's just jump to the goal. Cyriel Dessers at the back post. He is someone that I think will continue to be criticised by the Rangers support. But again, he's there again. He grabs the goal, he gets us going for the day. What did you make of that goal, and is it time for us to just maybe stop focusing on the negatives of Dessers so much and try and look at the positives, because he does score again? Yeah,
but listen, that is the comment actually. I think you're spot on with that, and Cyriel Dessers is in danger of winning his war of words with the Rangers support by keeping scoring. Listen, he's going to be hit and miss, right? I think we've seen enough to know that that's not probably a part of his game that's going to get refined now at this part of his career. And for every one of them, you've got one in the second half where he does all the good footwork and then balloons it completely over. But the conversation has now moved on because it's been done to Dessers, in that he's Rangers number 9. Yeah, he's been picked. He's scoring goals. He's on good momentum after Dynamo Kyiv and then today as well. So that's it. The conversation is, can Cyriel Dessers fire us to silverware?
Yeah, great pronunciation of Dynamo Kyiv there. I like
I did
that.
really well.
Yeah, I like
that.
Yeah, look, I'm with you. I think everyone that's ever listened to this podcast will know I'm quite critical of Cyriel Dessers.
I must have missed that.
But look, I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to hold my hands up and say that by the end of the season, if he proves me wrong, I'll be delighted. Well, that is exactly what I want.
To be fair, we discussed this in the gantry during the game as well, right? And yeah, it's right to criticise players when they're not performing, but every single Rangers fan wants to be wrong when you're criticising a Rangers player, because you want them to become good because then they're good for us, right? That's the natural bit. Yeah. But you're allowed to challenge what you're seeing sometimes, and Cyriel Dessers has been hit and miss, but he's scoring goals. He started the season relatively well numbers wise, so let's get behind him and see if it works.
Yeah, and I thought he was really good in the first half actually, because physically, a lot of the things that he's criticised for is maybe hold up play, linking things. I actually thought he was good at that today, and I thought he was really making it difficult for the Motherwell defence, and that's something we don't see a lot with him. So I'll give him credit.
Started the move in Europe as well with a nice lay down.
Exactly.
For the goal.
So if he
got
can,
himself into the box.
If he can develop that side of his game, we're going to get more from him, and it's definitely a positive. Let's go to Motherwell's goal. It's a Rangers' own goal from Robin Proper. This one, I think, again, it is mostly positive today, I think, with the result, but I think it does show there are some vulnerabilities in this Rangers team.
Yeah.
It comes one pass really through Rangers' press and Motherwell away. It's played out to the left-hand side. Could Tavernier get a bit closer? I'm not sure. The ball comes in. Suter is just, he doesn't commit to it. He's caught in two minds, and I think Robin Proper thinks he's going to get to it, Suter. And again, he's caught in two minds. He puts a foot out to it. You've seen that plenty of times with defenders. If they don't actually actively go for the ball and it's a reaction kind of thing, these kind of things can happen. It goes into the bottom corner. Typical, isn't it? A new signing centre-back scores an own goal in his debut.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not mattered. We've got the result, but what did you make of that goal overall, and does it show there are still vulnerabilities that we need to work on?
Well, a pretty good synopsis by you, to be honest with you, Ross.
Thanks very much.
Well, everybody's right once in a while, but I think the key thing for me, and Philippe Clement picked up in the press conference as well downstairs. It was a pretty poor goal to lose. Really awkward from Suter. A couple of times he pulls out of those types of things, but in the main, that kind of back to middle, opening ourselves up, being allowed to be cut open by Motherwell, it was the only time they capitalised on it.
Yeah.
But actually that one pass straight through, trying to hit us on the break, worked a couple of times. We just need to be really, really tight on that, and you saw signs of that, but yeah, we were open sometimes and we were getting caught on it.
John Suter's an interesting one, isn't he? Because I think he looks like a player that's not really got a lot of confidence right now. But I thought that would develop, because I think Philippe Clement is saying, look, you're my number one centre back here, because he's been playing. Robin Proper's not been here. Suter is the one that is playing most often than not. But he seems to be overthinking things a lot of the time. He's pulling out of things. He gets caught into the ball quite a lot.
Yeah, now, it's really noticeable.
It wasn't a terrible performance from John Suter, but I just thought there was a few times today where he's a bit rash.
Yep.
And maybe that'll come with time. Being in this team every single week, hopefully he gets used to playing on that right hand side again, which he hasn't. He's been playing on the left. But yeah, that is a bit of concern for me, and I'm hoping that partnership can develop over time.
Yeah.
And I thought overall they were okay. And you wouldn't expect it to be absolutely brilliant on the first game, but John Suter is a bit of a worry. I think a lot of the support feel the same way, so that's definitely one for us to look at, isn't it?
I think you're again spot on with that, and he's not under any great pressure considering Leon Balogun's performance when he came on to replace Proper. But yeah, you're right. There's something not quite working with John Suter at the moment. He's not giving that level of confidence you would expect. He just seems to be sitting off a little bit. His misreading of the ball and getting caught under it is very noticeable. Yeah, and he's eyes are on him, and he just needs to up that level of performance.
Let's go to a positive.
Why not?
That Vaclav Cherney goal. I think for a lot of the Rangers support, that is what we've been dying to see from a right-sided. Let's call him a forward, really, because he is a forward, right? A right-sided forward that can cut in their left foot and bury it. And I think the whole of Hampden today knew exactly what was happening when he cut inside. He got the space, and you're just that. Even if he missed, I think the fans would have. But I just want someone to cut inside and take a dig. I don't want there any indecisiveness. He cuts inside. He bends it into the far corner. We had a fantastic view of it.
We did.
It was a great finish, and that is exactly what we wanted to see. And I think you're now seeing that's a goal and assist, and probably around 90 minutes of football.
Yeah, give or take.
That's the type of numbers you're wanting back, and I think he's starting to he's showing the quality that we needed on that right hand side.
Yeah, well, if I reference Philippe Clement in the presser again, post match, he was talking about why Rangers went to such a lot of work to get him in the door. Yeah. Because he is a top player, he's experienced, and he'll deliver that level of quality. What I really liked as well was there was no second thought in his mind. As soon as he picked the ball up on the turn, he doesn't drive towards the corner to think about a cross. He goes straight for the defender, takes him out, and then it's just all technique. Just get on the highlights, watch it over and over again, clip it as a GIF, stick it on your social medias. It's an absolute finish.
It is one of those ones you're going to watch back later.
Oh, it's absolute cracker.
It just the way it nestles in the far corner, it's brilliant. Yeah,
that's how I hit them when I play football.
Yeah, not me. I think as well, you've seen the threat of Vaclav Cerny full day. I felt like Motherwell were very tentative of getting close to him. I think they knew the threat he had, and I think once he'd got that space, I think they realised they were in trouble. They probably didn't press the ball as quick as they should, and look, that's what I want for a player in that position. Take advantage, punish teams. He's been given the opportunity to strike it, and he takes it.
True on that, but I think it's worthwhile because you raised this point, so I'll put the question back to you in terms of you were looking at that Diomande, Cherney kind of working pattern and how they were creating space.
Yeah,
I think that's something that looks really positive. What's your thoughts of that going forward?
I think we've seen a slight difference in Mohamed Diamande's positioning today. I think Clement asked him to play a little bit higher.
Yep.
And he was coming over to the right-hand side a lot, and he was linking up with Cherney. I actually thought Tavernier done well at times as well to create certain spaces for them to move into.
Yep.
Lawrence as well dropped in at times. I think there is a bit of frustration around Lawrence at the moment, whether we believe he's the best for that position, but he's there, he's playing every single week, and I thought there was a good relationship between the three. Now that's the first time you've seen them start a game together. You're hoping that progresses. But I think the two players there, Cherney and Diomande, they're intelligent footballers. They understand where they need to be, they understand how to exploit space, and you've seen that for Cherney's goal. So
spot on.
The two of them I think worked really well together, and hopefully we're going to see more of that in the future.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's talk about the second half. There's a lot to talk about, let's be honest.
No, that's not.
I think if we're fair, we maybe didn't see the performance we expected from Rangers in that second based on the first. What I will say is they've got the result, they see it through. But I think there were concerns towards the last 20 minutes with Rangers. I think Motherwell changed their shape. They went to a 4-4-2.
Yep.
They were starting to go a bit longer because I thought at times at the start of the second half, Motherwell kept the ball really well, actually. But they changed it.
Played some nice stuff.
I think they realised that Rangers were a little bit shaky defensively at centre-back, and they wanted to go for it.
Yep.
And I think you touched on this earlier. Leon Balogun came on for Robin Probert. He had a really difficult 20 minutes since he came on.
Distribution was woeful.
That was, I think, what worried me. I would expect in these times where teams are pressing you and Rangers are going to have more space, I'm looking for a little bit more composure, play through the press, you'll get space. We just weren't able to do it, and I think it shows there is a lot of things to be worked on still. I don't think anyone's pretending that Rangers are back, right? That's always the phrase, isn't it? They're definitely not back yet.
They've kept the momentum going.
They've kept the momentum going. They see them going into Kyiv on Tuesday night. But what were your thoughts? Did you expect a wee bit more in that second half?
I think we were all desperate for that third,
and
I think that would have opened it up. And you made a really good comment as well as we were watching it, that the way the Motherwell were playing in that second half, trying to get something and maybe moving slightly further forward, was creating gaps for us, but our decision making was letting us down. We were going long when we could have played through, we weren't switching the play, we were just making really poor decisions. Made some changes, like some Matondos and stuff like that coming on, didn't naturally kind of work, and then we had one or two chances, Dessers, Matondo as well, where he kind of burst through. And then we started to take a 5-yard step back, and all of a sudden Motherwell were playing a little bit further forward. So we definitely could have had more, and I think Philippe Clement again referenced this, he wanted more, we could have got more goals, but ultimately today is first game at Hampden, we've got our first win of the league season, we've kept the momentum from the other night, take the win, and as you say, we looked for the things that need to develop, and maybe there's one or two other faces that will come in the door as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to end on. I think it comes down to depth a little bit here. Now you're seeing that with Cherney, the individual quality. When you're taking him off, you're bringing a Ross McCausland on, who's a young boy, and he's still got a lot to develop. But it's not like for like.
No, I don't think anybody would be.
You're seeing a Kieran Dowell come on as well. I think we're struggling for depth at the moment. That's maybe why there was a bit of a dip in the second half. That's not excusing the whole performance. I think there was plenty of times in that half where we made pretty poor decisions in possession, and we were giving Motherwell momentum in the game.
Invited the pressure on.
And that's not what you want.
No.
In these games, you really want Motherwell to be chasing that ball.
Yep.
They weren't at times. We were gifting possession back, and we were giving them that opportunity to get back in the game.
Yeah, great save from Jack Butland as well.
Great save. But look, Rangers have seen it out. They've got the result.
Yep.
Let's finish up. Let's talk about a man of the match, because this is a good opportunity for us to pick out certain players we thought had a good game today.
Yep.
Who would be your man of the match? Is there any other contenders?
Yeah, well, I know it officially went to Cherney for the finish and all that, but it's Connor Barron all day for me. I thought his reading of the game, his ability to break up the play, to move it as well, his energy, and again, Philippe Clement touched on this downstairs. He's desperate and he's hungry to play for the shirt. It comes across. I think we've done a really good piece of business in there. It's early days. He'll make mistakes. Young guy. But that's who I would have went for. I thought he was a real linchpin.
Do you know what? I was going to try and be controversial and disagree and go with someone else, but I would have to agree with you. I think Connor Barron was great again today. There was a tackle in the first 5 minutes.
Yep.
where Motherwell are breaking, they've got a good opportunity to progress up the park, and he gets across it and he dives in, he wins the tackle, and he plays the ball out after, and the support really got behind the team after that. And sometimes you need a bit of that in a game.
It's something to hold on to. It energises people. It gets them going forward. It makes you feel that people are fighting for the shirt. And it's not sanitised. Nobody wants that. People want to see their players really get invested in it.
Yeah.
As you say, it gets people behind them.
Good technical footballer as well.
Yeah.
Very good. And something that I really like about Conor Barron is he's willing to play balls through the lines pretty quickly. And that is something I think the support criticised John Lundstram for at points last season, where he was too square, he wasn't taking risks. Conor Barron will get his head up, and if he can, he'll play it through the lines. There was one in the second half where he played it through the lines to Sterling, who played it into Dessers, and Dessers unfortunately put it over the bar. So I wasn't trying to go back to that and be too negative about Dessers. I was going to try and let him off for that one, but I mentioned it now. But yeah, look, I have to agree with you. I think Conor Barron was my man of the match today. Probably shows you the performance in the second half that Vaclav Cerny got it. That's maybe the best way to summarise this game. But yeah, I like you said, I think it's a really good bit of business. You know, that's a pre-contract as such, or a free transfer. Rangers done really well to get Conor Barron in. Philippe Clement was really positive about him in the press conference there. I think he sees Conor Barron as someone that's really going to be part of Rangers for the future, long term. So yeah, I think Rangers have done really well, and it was a really good performance, and hopefully builds on that, because it looks like he is definitely one of the players that will play in that Rangers midfield. He's cemented himself in there now, which is a credit to him, because he's just in the door, young player coming from Aberdeen. But he's came here and said, I'm going to play. I'm going to play every single week.
Grabbed his jersey.
Absolutely.
Said, that's it. Somebody come and try and take it off me.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great place to finish it, because we're finishing on a positive, which it's been rare. It's been rare lately. So
we're going to
take that. But yeah, Tommy, thank you.
Thank you.
That was really good. I think we got through we summarised the game really well there.
Thanks to Rangers. Enjoy your Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will be back tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. I'm not going to tell you who's on the podcast, because I don't know. I can't remember. But we'll be back tomorrow to dig into this game a lot more. We'll probably look ahead to Dynamo Kyiv as well. And cheers. We'll see you in the next one.